Welcome to DCA Adventure. I am Jay, back again with another midweek crypto market update. If you love our content, please like, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. I'm not your financial advisor. Trading is super risky. We all know that. Don't be trading more than you're willing to lose. Don't be betting the house, betting the car, rent, none of that good stuff. You guys probably already know the spiel. If you guys are interested in trading where I'm trading at, check out the links in the description. Trading over at Bybit, Phemex, Pionex, Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, Coinbase One, PancakeSwap, Firstrade. I'm all over the place, but check the links out in the description. By using the links, you guys are going to get deposit bonuses and all kinds of cool ways to earn free money, free crypto. If you're into stocks, join Firstrade. Just for signing up, 0 deposit, you will get a free stock. So check that out. And if you guys are new here, you want to learn how to trade, you want to get some kick-ass trading tools, you got to join the DCA Patreon group. Join my tier, Trading with the View. By doing so, you're going to get the oscillator, the power tool, and all kinds of other tools that I've made for the Patreons over the years. And then you're going to get access to the private rooms inside the Discord. You're going to get the Signal channel, the bot channel, and there's several other different trading channels in there, but they're locked only for Patreon. So if you want to see all that good content in there, you got to join the Patreon group. 25 bucks a month, man, is not very much money considering what you're getting. I'm not here to hold your hand, but I'm here to teach you the basics, get you a strategy, make you be the signal, you know, all that good stuff. Rely on yourself. If you want some sweet cryptocurrency merch, some coffee, any of that good stuff, you guys need to hit up I am currently drinking a stupid huge cup of proof of caffeine, which I don't think is the best idea at 9 o'clock at night. That's what time it is for me. But I started thinking about it, started thinking about the video and the stream. I was like, man, I better make me some coffee. Better make me some of that DogeLord coffee. What up, Sarth? What up, Crypto Mikkel? How you guys doing? Appreciate y'all for stopping in. I'm gonna jump right on over to CoinGecko, my super favorite place to look at the overall cryptocurrency market. Now the total global cryptocurrency market cap today is 1.11 trillion. It's down 0.2% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is up 0.5% for the week, coming in at $23,000 even almost. Ethereum is up 0.1 for the week, coming in at $1,639. Stable coins are looking green for the week, barely. BNB is up 11%, man. It broke over 300 just a little bit ago. It is up to $299. Shit's RP, 3.6% for the week, coming in at 37 cents. Cardano down 0.7%, coming in at 50 cents. Solana, I heard some stuff going on about Solana. If any of you guys in the chat know what's going on with Solana, please drop it in the chat. Heard that some wallets have gotten hacked. They are down 3.2%, coming in at $39.04. Not dropping or dumping as I would have expected. Hearing the bad news, like I said, I did not look into it too deep. I just heard that the wallets were being hacked. I don't hold Solana, so I totally disregarded it. Poly up 7.7%, coming in at 90 cents. So looking like we got quite a bit of green for the week. V-chain up 19.1%. Coming in at 3 cents. How about that Ethereum Classic though, guys? Holy crap. Alright, so jumping over to TradingView, Bitcoin daily chart. We're gonna go to Bitcoin all-time history. I was on BNB. There we go. So last week we had talked about bear flag formations. I showed you guys how we got a bear flag here, and then we dumped. We get another bear flag here doing the exact same pattern that we did over here. So it's very possible we break down. We are trading above that 21-day moving average, which is bullish, and we all know that when we're trading under the or trading over top of the moving average, trading over top of the moving average, it is acting as support. So as of right now, we have came all the way down to this moving average, and so far have bounced. Do got 22 hours and 54 minutes left in this daily candle, as it has just printed. Usually they print around 7 o'clock is when they close, 7, 8 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time. Usually they candle closes and my videos start, and we're about an hour to 2 hours in on the new candle. But as long as we can stay above this 21-day moving average, the better. And we've got quite a few days. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles. So a little over a week we have been over that 21-day moving average, and definitely think that a spike up here to this $29,000, $28,500 area is very possible if we can break up above this trend line. Now if we extend this out a little bit, nice little, like I said, nice little bear flag. Now these are bearish, they tend to break down. So just keep in mind that this pattern is here. Will it break down all the time? Not necessarily. Bitcoin does some crazy things. So watch it here, guys. Like I said, a close above the 21 is good. If we jump over here to the weekly, now the weekly is very interesting. Okay, so for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, almost 2 months, we have been under that 200-week moving average. Now that 200-week moving average, now I don't know if you guys, we'll go back to the moving average, but I don't know if you guys see these blue triangles or blue arrows here. These are where I took longs. Now I might have been teaching somebody, might have been doing whatever, but took longs here all throughout. That's what's nice about the paper trading on TradingView. It will keep track of all of your trades forever and ever. But yes, almost 2 months underneath that 200-week moving average. Now if we go back here to the 2020 COVID crash, we dipped below and we wasn't under there very long. We came right back above. We go back here to 2018-2019 bull run. After we come down, we hit that 200-week moving average, and we use that as support and bounced right off of it. So boom, boom. If we could go back to 2015, I'd have to pull up a different Bitcoin chart. 2015, we did the exact same thing. We came down, we hit the 200-week moving average, and took a pop to the upside. This is the only time in Bitcoin history did we go underneath this 200-week moving average, and we've been trading under it for a pretty long time. So it's pretty amazing that Bitcoin has fought and gained its way back up above that 200-week moving average. We are currently sitting above it right now. I told you guys last week that we had to get above the 200-week. We need to close above it. So far, we have one candle closed above that 200-week moving average. So that's confirmation, right? Confirmation. Let's wait for another week. We only got 3 days, 23 hours left, almost 4 days left for the weekly closing candle. But if we close for the second, consecutive candle, weekly candle above that 200 moving average, that's going to be super bullish. And be looking for that 28.5 to 29,000 jump. All the way up there to that 21-week moving average is 30,788, and it's very possible that we wick up to there. Why are we wicking up to there? Well, we do have, we got a little bit of resistance at the 29,000, but then we know when price action is underneath those moving averages, they are acting as resistance. So not only do we got resistance there with the 21, we got some here, and we got it all through here. So it's very possible we wick up and we probably reject here. Again, guys, until the daily chart is bullish, until the 200 days on the bottom, the purple 21-day moving average is in on the top, and the 50 blue moving average is in the middle. This guy is not bullish on Bitcoin short term, right? Long term, definitely bullish. Years to come, I think that's going to be way past 23,000. So just watch this, guys, and make sure that we stay above that 200 weekly moving average. If we close back below this and dump back below it, could definitely spell disaster for Bitcoin. We definitely could be getting back down here into this area around the 18,000. And if this area does not hold, if this ends up taking a crap on us and this area doesn't hold, then we're definitely probably going to pop down here to that 12,000. Very unpopular thing for me to say, but it's what the chart is showing. Now, if we come down here on the oscillator and look at the momentum, we're just starting to creep up. We're right around negative 52. We did get a bottom right here, a small bottom. You know, if we scrunch down the candles, that bottom dot lined up with this candle right here. So if you were in the DCA Patreon group, you had this tool, you knew to buy right here on this candle. The guys that are trading with me, if we are trading this pattern, they know not to trade the pattern. We're not going to do anything on the inside of this pattern. I know everybody's like, man, that's Jay, what the hell, that's super easy trading in there. Not all the time, guys. A lot of the times it's very choppy. It doesn't go to the top of resistance and come down to support, top of resistance, come down to support. A lot of times it'll be in the middle of that, and it doesn't really have a clear direction. So this is why we trade patterns, and this is why we trade the break of the pattern. VWAP is also above 0. I think Pine Editor has done an update, so right now my waves are kind of effed up on my oscillator. I'm probably going to have to go back in there and fudge some numbers around and move some stuff around, see if I can get those to come back up and overlay correctly. That's what sucks about the update on the coding for TradingView. If you are not up to date with it, which I am not with Pine 5, I think we're on right now. I learned Pine Editor back on the very first one. So yes, the coding for the most part is still the same, but where you put different parts of coding and different parts of line is completely different now. So it's a little bit more trickier, I guess. But we'll get there. We will get there. So yeah, guys, got to stay above that 22,600 at least. 22,600. Got to stay above there. Close below that area is going to not be good for Bitcoin, right? We're gonna jump over to Ethereum and connect our paper trading, just in case we want to do a little trading. But here on the daily with Ethereum, last week I showed you guys this cup and handle formation, right? And this is building another bull flag. See, normally we'll get these cups, then the handle, then some squirrely crap, and then takeoff. But if we were to come in here and draw a trend line and come down, now I want you guys to draw this on your chart. Draw this on your chart, trade this, come back and tell me how it went. Say, Jay, thank you so much for showing me how to do this. Super easy. Alright, so here's our breakout pattern on Ethereum. If we break the top of this around 1660, right, we break out of this pattern, and we're going to take that buy. I'll move this line up a little bit more. I'm down there. Now you can draw these lines in several different ways. You can do a channel like this. You can do a bottom and do a pennant shape. But either way, you break out of the top of the pattern, you take the buy, you put your stop loss back inside the middle of the pattern, and 80% of the time, trade goes in the direction that it broke. If it breaks the bottom, you're going to take a sell, or you're going to take a leveraged short position, put your stop loss back up in the middle. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. Kids just got home from school clothes shopping, so they're wanting to show me all their stuff. But yes, where was we? So if we break the bottom, you're going to take a leverage short position, meaning you're using leverage, right? Or if you're holding a decent bag, sell it, buy back lower. Probably if it does break the bottom, it'll probably bounce off that 1560 area. That'd be that 21-day moving average. And you got this little chunk of support down here around that 1500 area as well. If this area fails Ethereum, a drop down back down here to the 12 to 1230, very possible, very, very possible. But that would be our next decent sized area of support. Take a look at the weekly chart on Ethereum. So the weekly chart, if we could get past this little, well, it's not really little, it's a pretty significant area of resistance. If we can close above the 2085-ish area, be super bullish on a weekly standpoint for Ethereum. Then we want a couple consecutive closes above that 21-week moving average before we ramp up and take a shot at that 2400 and up then to 28. But it is very good that we are way above that 200 weekly moving average on Ethereum. Unlike Bitcoin is just barely above it, but we are quite a bit above it. So as long as we keep climbing and making those higher highs above that 200 week moving average, and this is going to go across the board for most assets, you guys. Most assets are going to be trading these exact moving averages. That's why we always say whatever Bitcoin's doing, whatever you're doing with it, you can do with most of the other things. Only if they're trading in the same pattern. Now, there are several assets that are decoupled from Bitcoin and do exactly the opposite of what Bitcoin is doing. So just be mindful of this, you guys. Make sure you're trading the same shit, the same pattern. Make sure it's looking the same. I feel like nobody can find the stream. Take trading view. Take my Discord over here real quick. We're going to go ahead and look at BNB since we were over here and it's already up on my chart. This is what we drew in last week. We were back here last week. You can see that we are hitting that resistance. We do have resistance right around 299.7. We're just breaking up above that into the 300s. Are we going to stop there? I think we'll probably reject here again. Maybe not though, because we did make a higher high. So we're past the double top point. Usually when we do these M patterns, we come up 3/4 of the way and fall. But we're getting our second candle now, so. There you guys are. Didn't even get a notification. I was wondering, dude, like, what the hell's going on? What up, MC? What up, Tech Man? And that's probably my fault, guys, because I do my videos different every time. Like, most of the time it's on Tuesdays, but occasionally if I'm real busy on a Tuesday, I have to do it on a Wednesday. And that's been the case the last 2 weeks. I've had a lot of stuff going on Tuesdays, so the guy that runs the shop where I weld at, he has had a heart attack several different times now. Within the last month, he's had more than 2 or 3. So he's been out and things have been pretty chaotic. So trying to keep stuff, you know, running and keeping our trucks running and all that good stuff. Keep gravel moving. It's been a lot of work for me. Jaeger bombs. Ooh. Ooh. You know them things like if you eat something, you eat way too much of something and you get really sick off of it. You can't even stand to hear the name of it and it just makes you sick. I swear, Tech Man, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit as soon as I read Jaeger bomb. And I love black licorice. I mean, love it. But I do not like Jaeger. It's weird. I love black licorice, but I do not like Jaeger. So BNB does have a ton of resistance in that 300 up to 360 range. So I know it's kind of like, oh, what the hell, but somewhere between 300 and 360, you might want to think about taking your profits. And, you know, if you can sell over 300 and then buy back at 300 when it comes back, that would be perfectly fine. We are still trading under the 200-day moving average. We did get the bullish cross on the 21 and 50 on the 23rd of July, which is good because now that 21 is acting as support. We're trading over it. 268 is going to be support for BNB. Decent support, right? Decent support. We could probably go all the way like right in that area and come down like this. And that's being generous on that top line at 291. That's being generous. You only got this little bit right there, so. Sorry, I got it on sale. Now I know why. Ooh. Yeah, I used to love drinking it when I was younger. Would drink the crap out of it, man, but. Yeah, it's done me dirty. It has done me dirty. You guys need to definitely, if you have not signed up for Phemex, go sign up for Phemex. They are doing so many cool things with their staking, their different ways to earn. You can lend assets, all kinds of great stuff on Phemex. So I'm really loving it. Every day I get a notification that I've been paid out. So you throw some money in the earn. If you ain't trading over there for a day or two or whatever, throw that money into the earn account, and then you can earn interest every single day on what you're not trading with. And then as soon as you're ready to trade, you can go in there and move it back to your trading account, move it to your margin account, whatever you want to do, and then go at it. You know, that's why I was really loving PancakeSwap, because when I wasn't actively trading, I could just throw it into something and stake and then pull it out whenever I wanted to. But their APYs have went to such shit that I no longer have any cake. I hardly use it that much. I mean, I'm on there. I still have a lot of BNB on there, and I have a ton of NFTs and stuff on Binance Chain. But as far as PancakeSwap itself, I've not messed around too much. I'll go back in when they do a trading competition. We'll definitely go in and do that. If you guys did not notice, we are overextended on BNB a little bit here with the oscillator. We're just now getting up into that overbought area. Now you can see back here on the 1st of August, we printed a top, and that would have been this right here. That was, you would have lost on that one, and this is why I tell you, this is a perfect example of why we don't 100% rely on these tools. You just use these to help make better decisions. But what this was a doji candle. Boom, right here, and this is a perfect example of a reversal. So what a doji is indecisiveness in the market, right? Doji essentially is a candle that opens and closes in the same area, and when that happens, it causes these real thin candles. They kind of look like a cross. You can have the cross part all the way up the top. That's considered a long-legged doji. You can have one at the bottom. That's a gravestone doji. Those types of dojis matter at the tops of pumps or at the bottoms of dumps. This case, we have just a regular old-fashioned Morningstar doji at the bottom of a dump. So you get the bottom of the dump, you get this doji, you can best bet that a reversal is probably going to happen, and bam, we did get the reversal to the upside. Now we're past double top now, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting with BNB if it's going to get enough push to get up there. Now we see that VWAP has crossed over the oversold line. Or that's momentum, I'm sorry, I thought that was VWAP. VWAP has crossed over the 0 line, just barely. Just barely. So it may get enough momentum, we may get enough volume in here that it's going to pop back up to the top of this box, or even the middle-ish of this box, like 320, 340-ish is where I'm thinking. Just because all this little bit of stuff over here you got. What up, Gundy? How you doing, brother? Since you're here, we'll take a look at Litecoin, Lizzy Litecoin. Go to Ethereum on the weekly. You guys can see we are super close to that 21-week moving average. We get up to there, $320 on BNB. Short the shit out of it right here. Possibility of it rejecting are very good. You got all kinds of heavy resistance through there. Oscillator is showing that we got momentum up here at the -41, so it's creeping up there, needs to get up there to 0. We got VWAP on the weekly is above 0. It's sitting at 13.6, so that's pretty good. Nice V-shaped recovery on the weekly. Keep an eye on that 21-week moving average. $320 is the area to beat for us to consolidate, trade sideways, ramp up for the next layer of resistance, which is right around the 3 from 320 to 360. Crow making some moves too, huh? We'll definitely take a look at it then. Litecoin's at a floor, man. It's at its floor. It's been riding down here for quite a while. I think it's gonna make some moves. I think Litecoin will melt your face off again, just like it does. Litecoin is not like Bitcoin and Ethereum. It does not trade the same pattern most of the time. Occasionally it'll get to, but Litecoin is very known for its layers of resistance and support. And we have so many layers of resistance up there that it'll gradually stair-step its way up. Probably look for that pop up there to the $76, $77. Get a couple closes above 76, 77. Then we're going to take a shot at the 90 to 100 area. Litecoin on mini Doge is struggling. Yeah, Tech Man, check out the chart. It's making a nice floor, so I mean, I think it's definitely got the ability to make a nice pop up. We got momentum still way down here. Momentum sitting right around the -45. We got the big buy and the big bottom down here. It posted on the 20th of June. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it almost looks like it might be doing a cup and handle formation. So let's see what we got here. I mean, that's a pretty big area of resistance. I don't like how big that is. It goes all the way across the damn chart, you know, all the way back here to 2017. So we're really got to get some momentum in here. I like Litecoin for transactions, for sending my stuff. If I got to send stuff somewhere, trying to use Litecoin if I can. Most places accept Litecoin, so it's usually not a problem. Super fast and super cheap. And go back to the daily. And this doing like Ethereum, coming down, hitting the 21-day, making a bounce. Like I said, guys, brand new daily candle. It's only a couple hours old. We still have 22 hours, 31 minutes left in the daily close. Anything can happen here. It is making a small bull flag pattern. Just like I showed you guys on Ethereum on the breakout pattern, draw the same pattern here on Litecoin. You can draw this down, you draw this pattern in, and like I said, you can do this several different ways. You don't always have to do it the same way I'm doing it, but you can draw a channel, or you can come across and do a pennant, and it's doing the exact same thing as Ethereum was. Actually, that's not valid with the pennant there. So channel it is, guys. Channel it is. Breaks out of the top of the channel, buy. Put your stop loss back here. So you'd be buying at $59.40. You're putting your stop loss in at $57.80. Right? If it breaks the bottom, you're going to sell at $54. You're going to put your stop loss in at $56. You're only putting a stop loss in when you're selling if you're using leverage. You need stop loss when using leverage. Spot trading and you're selling, it makes no point in putting a stop loss in. You're selling your asset, right? Right. Just hodl the long term and buy below the trend line you just drew. And Gundy, that's pretty good advice actually, because I mean Litecoin, like I said, is pretty close to its bottom. You got a nice trend now. Almost all the assets across the board right now are on this exact trend line right here. And Litecoins isn't even that good. Why is it not that good? There's not very many touches. We only got 1, 2 for this to be kind of a line. So I don't even know if we could draw a good trend right here. It'd be more like this. Got to have more than 3 touches for a trend line to be valid. Support or resistance. So if you're drawing the trend line as resistance, needs to have more than 3 touches. Now, here's a good example. So you see down here how I put my trend line on the wicks. When I come up to the middle, I need to stay on the wick. Okay? This is how you get the most accuracy out of your trend lines. Now doing this and moving it up, so now my body, now I'm touching the body instead of the wick, but I'm still touching wicks down here. It's still very close, but it's not the right way to draw trend lines. If you use wicks, stay on wicks. Now you can use wicks on the bottom and you can use bodies on the top. But however you start your trend line, you need to stay on the same thing. So if you start with wicks, end on wicks. If you start on the body, end on the body. You're going to get a more accurate drawing that way. And this is very important too if you are scalp trading like smaller time frames and you're trading 1 hour or 15 minutes or anything real small. I typically only like to stay on the daily. Weekly charts, you get more information, you get more powerful moves off of your tools. But just try to remember that when you're on lower time frames. Take a look at the old crow. Does anybody know what's going on with Sol and the hack? I briefly seen somebody say, I know Sarth messaged me and said that he moved all his stuff off the wallet, moved it onto a hardware wallet, but I vaguely remember reading something about the Phantom wallets getting hacked or something of the sort. Alright, so Crow, we are up into the overbought area. We have not printed a dot yet, so it's still got still got a little bit more to go. Hasn't printed the dot, so it's still got a little to go. Got to bullish cross on the 28th of July. Pretty good, pretty good. 21 day, right around 13 cents is decent support on Crow. And this is the same pattern as like Bitcoin, Ethereum. We had the nice big crash. We get the bear flag, nice big crash. We're doing the bear flag thing again. What's going to happen? Are we going to crash, or are we going to stay above the moving averages and keep on going? We can draw a trend line in here. Nice little trend. Almost can do a channel. See, that would be invalid. I'm going body to now I got closing candles outside the pattern. So this is not valid. Can't have no closing candles. It's almost like a broadening wedge, but this is a bear flag formation. You got your post and you got your flag. Your flag usually can go no more than 3/4 back of the way of the post, meaning, so you got your post, now you see the bear flag's kind of moving up. It can only move up to 3/4 of your post, so about right in here where that wick is. it goes any higher and closes, then the bear flag will then be invalid. It is no longer a valid pattern. But typically, guys, when we get these moves up like this, we tend to get very big breakdowns. Momentum's way up there. We do have root wave, trigger wave formation on the oscillator. So my Patreons know what I'm talking about when I say that. If you're trading with this tool, you got an easy setup right here. So here's your root wave, and then your trigger wave is a little bit bigger. Wait for the clip, and it's looking like it probably is going to clip if this candle loses any momentum. Yeah, it did. It got all the way up, Gundy, to 16 cents and dropped down to current as 14. So lost 2 cents. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. It's got good support down at the 14 to 13. Good old crow. Last week we took a long trade on Sol, and it worked out pretty good. Whoops. We'll get to Sol here in a minute. We're going to look at the weekly on Crow. Not very much information for the weekly chart. Pop up to that 21 moving average would be right around 24 cents. We got to get above 17 first. 17 is the next major. 17 to probably 20. And I don't think it'll stop at the 21. I think 24 cents, I think it would keep on blowing past there because there's nothing really there. So we could potentially see 32 all the way up to 36 if we can get above the 20 cent mark. Jumping right over to Sol. Now I would have figured this thing would have completely got crushed. That's right, DCA script free for Patreon on Trading with the View and a free Trading View account. No need to pay for premium. Premium Trading View accounts only let you use 3 tools. If you just get the free account and then you go join the DCA Patreon group, you can use my tools, which will allow you to get access to way more tools on the free account. So instead of only being able to use 3, you can use this oscillator. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got a million different functions in it. And then there's a whole nother tool goes on top. We got tons of stuff going on. But Sol had a nice, pretty close to a double top not long ago. But last week we were down here at the 21 day moving average, and we took our buy. Took our buy there. And I actually sold up here, and then we came crashing back down. It was like spot on. I don't know why the paper trade isn't saying it. Let's see if it'll show it here. Bitcoin. I wonder where my Sol trades are at. Yeah, they were on there last week. I wonder what happened to them. This was it right here on the 27th. So I sold right there. It was actually the 28th. But definitely be watching for a rejection at the $40 mark. We got the 21-day moving average, and we got a shit ton of resistance. We are following the same trend like we are on a lot of other assets. So you can draw this trend line in. You can draw this in. This is a, this is a wedge doing the opposite of broadening. It's closing in, but still can trade this breakout still the same way. This is a nice perfect M pattern. In bear markets, you're gonna find these M patterns all over the freaking place. Always trade the second part of the M. Just like how I trade moving averages every time we test them, I'm gonna trade the M pattern every time we make one. So every time we make one on the second part of that M, if I catch it in the right spot, I'm going to take my sell. If we break down below the trend, break down below that 50-day moving average, right around that $37, $38, and we close below it, then we're going to start tanking. It's going to go down here probably back into the 26, 25. and that's our next pretty good size area of support. So I'd imagine it'll probably hold up in there. It'd be crazy if it came all the way down to 22. But there's been quite a bit of bad news surrounding Sol, right? I mean, there's been not just this most recent thing, but just like a month ago, right? There was some stuff going on with it, and some people got robbed out of some money, and so in my opinion, I'd probably just stay away from that asset altogether, that blockchain, and doing anything with them until they get their crap straight. Huge ass bear pattern on that weekly. I mean, that's big, guys. And it could go all the way up. This thing could go all the way up to $75 and still be a valid bear pattern. If it was to do... It could do just like that. Oh, man. Wish I could just get it to stay there. Boom. So it could do that and then completely reject, and that would still be a valid bear flag. Not financial advice. Go take a look at Flux. Flux, we used the volume visible range. I was taking a look at that because it had such a big spike the other day. We were kind of wondering what the hell was going on, why it happened. I don't know if there was any news. I don't follow Flux as much as some of the other guys do. This other tool that we have up here, this is the DCA power tool. This is EMA ribbon that overlays the candles. I like looking at this and using it a lot too. But for right now, we're going to shut it off. Some nice big, almost looks like a cup and handle type deal going on. Printing a nice pennant pattern again. So as long as we can, and that's pretty big resistance where I marked that right around that 65 cents. We did wick all the way up past it, went all the way up to 78 cents, but got smacked right back down. Sellers were definitely in control right here at the 75 cent mark, and they stayed in control until it got back down here to support. Big resistance around 64, 65 cents. That's going to be the area to beat, guys. You don't want to see this over here. You want to see Flux get back into the box and bounce around inside this box for a little bit. Right? We got to make support. If we're just wicking all the way up here, don't be buying up here at the top of the damn wick because you're afraid that it's going to go back to $1. All you would have had to have done was like, whoop, look over here to the left, and that would have given you a good guesstimation of the area where it was going to stop. So yes, we did wick all the way up there to 78 cents, but we got smacked right back down, and we've been steadily trading under for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days underneath 68 to 60. And that's exactly where this resistance is. So, guys, got to be looking left. Got to be looking left. Jump out to the weekly. Possibly cup and handle on the weekly time frame. Now remember, on your cup and handles, guys, the cup has to be straight across here for the most part. It can be a little off, but not very much. Then you're going to get the handle. Damn it. This freaking mouse is badass, but you hit the wrong button and you'll paste a chart 4,855 times when you only hit the button once. Ain't that crazy? Wow. Alright, now back to the brush. You'll get your handle, then you'll get some stuff that does some weird crap, and then it'll usually take off. Probably pop up to the 21 week at 90 cents, and then the next, there ain't nothing from from where we were looking at on the daily, from 65 to 78. After you get above 78 and we close above 78 cents, there's nothing there holding us from getting back up there to that $1.30. So 78 cents, guys, is the spot right now for Flux. If it can close above 78 cents, get ready for rocket ship to $1.30. And as far as the data that I'm getting on the chart, it don't look like it's been down in this area ever. It's got to be wrong. Maybe not. Binance, KuCoin. Yeah, so I don't know. We did get a big top that printed on the oscillator for the daily, and that big top was right here. Which, now that I'm looking at this, I wonder if I got some settings wrong here, and I got Hike and a She on my oscillator. I'm gonna take a look at Cake real fast, just because I haven't looked at it for a while and it might be worth doing something. Cake made it all the way up to $4.12. More than likely gonna see $5.50. Only a little bit of resistance at the 417, so pop up there to $5. Be super easy for Cake. Looking for a rejection there. If it does pop up to $5, best believe I'm going into Pancake Swap and I'm going to take a short sell on Cake. I'm shorting the shit out of all these pumps, you guys. I'm not getting excited. Nothing in the chart right now is like super bullish. If you were here at the beginning, you know that we got Bitcoin. That it's got to get above that 200 week. We are above it now, but it's got to close above it for another candle. We got one candle, 1 week so far closed above. So one more would be even better confirmation that we're gearing up for the next leg. Yeah, but Cake's looking pretty poopy on the weekly. And there's nothing from, if like it breaks below 280, there's nothing from 280 all the way back down to 70 some cents. So please, Lord, let it break down to 70 some cents. Even on the daily, we printed another big top, saying that we were overbought, overextended. Now on the daily, if we was to draw a breakout trade in, because it is a breakout or a bull flag formation, so if we was to draw this in, see how it's already broke the top side, you would take your buy. So we'll go ahead and we'll paper trade it right here. What? Why the hell would you not be able to trade it? See if we can do it here. That is ridiculous. I can't believe that you can't trade it. Wonder if we can go to somewhere different. Why wouldn't you be able to paper trade it? Back to the weekly. Or no, he's on the daily. See if it'll let us trade it on the daily. Yep, it'll let us trade it on the daily. So let's draw our breakout trade back in there. Okay, guys, so we broke out of the top. We're a little bit past where I would like to get in normally, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. Our stop loss we're going to put back inside, so $3.80 is where we're going to put our stop loss at. $3.80. All right. Boom. So we're going to go ahead and buy. If we do get stopped out, we're going to lose $184, which in the grand scheme of things, trading 1,000 of them, that's really not that much money to lose getting stopped out. It's a pretty big trade. But this is how you set them up. This is exactly what you want your trade to look like when you're doing it. We broke the top of the pattern. We're going to put our stop in the middle of the pattern. Now, for some reason, price action will turn around here and come back inside of the pattern. It normally shoots all the way through it, so that's why we're putting that stop back in the middle. Live to trade another day, guys. You got to be safe when doing this. You don't just want to willy-nilly go in and buy and then this thing tank and lose all kinds of money. So we're going to leave that on there for next week, see what happens. We'll come back and look at this next week and see how the trade did. Probably should have put a take profit in there right around that, let's say probably right around 424, 425 ish. But we'll leave that go and see what happens. Is there anything you guys want me to look at? We got about 10 minutes left in the stream, so we can take a look at anything you guys want to real quick. And I appreciate you all for coming. If you're new here, join the DCA Discord, link in the description. Join my Discord, Crypto Mentors. By joining DCA Discord, you got to go through the verify bot. Make sure you do all that good stuff. Get verified, and then you need to message Variant8. That is me. Message me. I will send you over this kick-ass DCA crossover script. You'll get that for free, and I'll even help you learn how to use it if need be. We'll go ahead and take a look at Solana news and see what's going on. Solana faced a 40% sell-off risk based on bearish technicals. The hacker attack on nearly 8,000 Solana wallets resulted in a $7 million stolen funds. August 3rd. Okay. Experts believe cold wallets are the right choice for investors. Okay, so Sol, they said a rising wedge on Sol. What did we say? Oh man, look what Dad drew in there. I drew mine on the daily though. Look what Dad drew. Rising wedge. And I promise you guys on my kids, I didn't look at this thing until just now. It's got a rising wedge. If Sol confirms the pattern by breaking below the support, the decline would equal the formation's maximal swing, setting the target price at 23 or 40% lower than current value. Son of a bitch, am I good or am I good? Am I good or am I good? Thanks, Gundy, I appreciate that, brother. I've called all kinds of good ones, man. I don't understand how DCA is not freaking booming right now, right? Because we called the bull run when it first started. We were right there ready. I didn't nail the top, but I was pretty clear on that we were going down. And actually you can see in this chart that this is a divergence. This is a bearish divergence. So what a divergence is when your candles or price action is doing the opposite of your oscillator. So in this case, the oscillator would be volume. The volume is going down, the candles are going up. So that is a bearish divergence. Now if it's the other way around and the candles are going down and the oscillator is moving up, that is a bullish divergence. You typically want to try to catch at the end of the divergence. Well, what the hell does that mean? Well, that means you got to have the DCA oscillator, and it shows you bullish divergence, bullish divergence. Where's a good bear one? Some bearish divergence, but you get them at the end. So if you get it at the end of the divergence, that's a mouthful. Say that 5 times fast. But if you get it at the end of the divergence, you can trade them. So this was a bullish divergence. You get to the end where the dot is. You would have bought here on the 15th of March, and you'd have rode that baby up until the dot. Boom, on the 3rd of April. And You would have been looking here anyways because we're right at that 200-day moving average. We know that's resistance. We're looking left. We got a crap ton of resistance to the left of us. Old support. There's new resistance. So, I mean, that would have been a perfect place to take that profit. So be careful if you guys are holding SOL. I would definitely get it off any exchange. Get that into a cold wallet, paper wallet. Moreover, the trading volume divergence confirmed the sell-off fears, showing a decline in trading volumes despite the price action's higher highs. Definitely dangerous when we're getting higher highs, but the volume is doing the complete opposite. How are we getting higher highs if the volume is going down? Makes no sense, right? It usually ends in disaster. So, and with that, you know, SOL is not trading in this pattern because of the stuff that's going on, right? Every freaking asset pretty much across the board, excluding a few like Litecoin and such, are trading in this exact pattern. You can call them bear flags, you can call them a rising wedge, but either way, it's a bearish pattern, so be watching for this. And especially now that the news is out and they've made an article, if there's 1 million people looking at this to go down, like retail, blue collar guys, it's probably going to break to the upside and wreck everybody before it takes this big crash. So just be safe with this one, you guys. Draw this pattern, trade the pattern. Don't worry about your news so much. Head and shoulders on the oscillator. And if you can go through your chart and you pick out all the bearish things, all the bullish things, you weigh everything together. So we know that this is bearish. That's a head and shoulders on the oscillator. Oscillator printed a dot for the top. Momentum clipped off. So that's 1, 2, 3 bearish things. Underneath the 200-day moving average, that's the 4th bearish thing. Underneath the 21, that's the 5th. We got a bunch of resistance to the left, that's the 6th. So I mean, there's a shit ton of bearish and not very many bullish. We got one bullish thing, the crossover. So stay frosty, friends. Stay frosty. And on that note, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I appreciate all of y'all for stopping in. Definitely go check out DogeLordCoffee.com and hit the Patreon group. Get in that Trading with the View tier, and you'll be good to go. We'll get you on track. If you guys need any charting done, you're looking at buying or selling something, not sure what to do, don't be afraid to hit me up in the Discord. There's all kinds of free unlocked channels in the Discord, so you can hit me up in there, and I will be more than happy to help you out. And try to show you and learn you a little bit of something. Alright guys, have a good night. I will see you all on the next one.